person who swiped that card is the actual owner of that card. Then the machine becomes capable of using in this touchscreen pad here. And up would come a list of the products that are in the machine. You would make your selection, select your method of payment. Once that's complete, products dispense. You put them in appropriate packaging based on the law and depart the store.
All right, so I'll ask you some questions about the security here in a second.
Sure.
We talked about, but just one of the things as we discussed, how do you keep this machine secure? I mean, you think, you know, off the top of your head, vending machine, pot inside, someone's going to take a baseball bat, smash it open, and steal everything inside.
Sure. Well, first of all, we are not fear-based. We didn't develop this worried about bad people. We developed it to be better for good people. And these are designed, at this point, legally, go inside dispensaries. So somebody that wanted to do that would first have to come into the dispensary, where they're on camera, walk up to the machine, where they're on camera, smash this out, try to get some things out of there. I think if they're in there, they'd probably look somewhere else in that dispensary for products that would be easier to take. So in terms of people defacing the machine inside a safe and legal location, not too worried about it.
So like you said, it's not going to be, you know, 16th Street Mall or out on the street corner or something across the street from the school, right?
As time and laws evolve, who knows where it will be. At that point, we'll have higher security. But at this point, it's not something we have to address because versions 1, 2 will never be in the town square where somebody can just walk up to it, steal it, minors having access, that sort of thing. No, absolutely not.
Perfect. You want to change the shot? Okay, so let's talk about when you guys came up with this thing. You know, it sounds like you really thought about how we can make sure that whoever is purchasing the product is that person's 21, that person's legal. Tell me about, you know, how that was one. It sounds like one of your primary issues.
Well, of course, without the age verification and the security and some of the other exciting things that allow you to have an interactive screen and update things through the web and what have you, the age verification part of it is a key component. So Transbyte is a technology company first. Those technologies are out there already. It was a matter of using some really smart people to find a way to stitch those technologies together to have the best possible machine, which we will believe will bring efficiencies and a better way of doing business for some customers into the dispensary.
Okay, tell me more about that. Why would a dispensary want a machine like this if it's already inside the business? They can just do the transaction face to face.
Great question. First easy answer would be, have you ever been to an express checkout in a grocery store? I mean, why didn't you go and have somebody check you out in the grocery store? Because you had a few items, there was a long line, it was much easier just to go through that express. As this industry grows and people become educated about it, some people want to stand there and talk to a consultant and decide what medicine would be the best for them. Some people already know. So standing behind somebody who's going through that, or expecting the consultant behind the counter to say, hey, excuse me for a moment, go over to the till, check this person out, and then come back, that doesn't make sense. So this machine frees it up so the client potentially has a better experience, as does the business owner.
And faster.
Faster, more efficient. There's sophisticated tracking inside it in terms of accounting, in terms of regulatory tracking on who's using it. So it kind of doubles up on the regulatory security and the safety for regulatory boards and municipalities to know who is encountering the machine.
Now, this is the first machine like this?
We believe so. There have been some boxes out there that have products like this, but this isn't a box with technology. This is technology with a box. It can go into anything. It doesn't have to be a box. It can go into what suits best that dispensary.
Do you feel like, especially with the emerging and growing marijuana industry in Colorado, that this is something, revolutionary, something that you guys are on the forefront of, that maybe 20 years from now, there's going to be a bunch of these kinds of machines out there?
We certainly believe so, and we hope so. In a number of years, there are greater efficiencies in the public market, not to remove people from work, but to make all of our lives better. We think it's a 21st century technology applied to 21st century and 20th century hardware. But ultimately, I don't know anywhere else where there is an age-verifying machine that's capable of providing product to you. So yes, the first of its kind. And in a few years, there will be thousands of them out there, maybe from competitors or maybe just ours.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask you this again, only because I'm sure you understand this is probably one of the #1 concerns surrounding the idea of a vending machine.
Sure.
Well, what do you say to somebody, for example, like a mom or where somebody's going to say, well, this is going to make it easier for kids to get it, or for somebody to stand there, swipe their ID, and then hand it out to kids, or that kind of thing. How do you address people who have those?
I'd say I'm a father of a 12-year-old daughter, and I wouldn't want her having access to it, so we pay close attention to that moving forward and development.
And being in the dispensary.
In the dispensary, I'd further say that generally as a society, we've come up with checks and balances for that sort of thing. So minors don't wander into bars. We hold ourselves to at least the same level of security that a doorman at the bar would be able to provide. So yeah, making sure that the appropriate people, at least at the point of sale, we can't control it after that, but at the point of sale, making sure that the appropriate people have access is paramount in the development of this.
All right, Steph, I don't have any questions. Do you have any questions, Andrew?
I guess what's the hope of this technology? What's the purpose of it? I guess more than anything.
Besides making money.
Absolutely, shareholder value. No, the concept is that the economy and the way we work together and we grow together are constantly evolving. That's the story of history and society. And so we don't know exactly where it's going to be in a few years, but we know we'll be ready to be there. So as we know that now it provides security and efficiencies and it's a good business model, we know that it'll bring up the experience for the clients going in there. And we believe that in the future we could apply ourselves to other facets of sales and growth as the law changes and evolves and people are more comfortable with the concept of medical or recreational marijuana.
Is it kind of cool that this is the first one?
It's extremely cool this is the first one. And, again, some other people have had some fine products out there. We think ours is the best. We think ours is the only one doing this. And I think it's very cool that this is the first one. And we're thrilled to be doing it here. We're in Avon. It's not legal here. It's going into Eagle Vale at Greg Hone's medical dispensary there, Herbal Elements. So, yeah, it's great to have it here, but there are no flowers in here today. But it's exciting that, April 12th, 2014, we are within weeks of launching this to the public.
Good. Anything else you want to add? Did we miss anything?
Herb on. No, that's our company. No, there's nothing else really to add. I think I covered it. I covered it all. Ladies, nothing else?
So I guess that's another reason why you guys can't distribute.
Absolutely. That's correct. Yeah.
Maybe we should have said that.
We probably should. Yeah. Well, I kind of spaced it. But I thought you were just talking about the mechanics of it.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So, okay, perfect.
Do you want me to go grab
Maybe
Brett?
some
Do you want to do the interview up here too?
No,